So what we're going to be talking about tonight is how to actually find the right people and attract them without selling, right? So this is what we're going to be talking about because I know a lot of people just don't like to sell, right? And we're going to be teaching you ways inside of these trainings that we're doing every single week where you can actually get people to buy into your products and services without really even having to sell them, right? So in this Radiate and Rise team workshop, today, we're going to be breaking down one of the biggest secrets in this industry. And you don't need to be a hard seller. You just need the right people seeing your content. And when your network is built with laser targeted prospects, you don't chase, your content automatically resonates, your stories hit their pain points, and your wins inspire them. And they come to you looking for more information. And this is something that I've been doing for a very long time on social media, using a different attraction marketing strategies that I learned from my mentor, Brandon Brown, who I used to work with very closely, who's a multiple seven-figure earner. So he's the one that taught me a lot of these strategies that I'm going to be showing you guys here today. And this is how you can actually sell without selling. So in part number one, we're going to be talking about why the right network matters more than anything. Most people struggle online, not because they're doing anything wrong, but because their audience simply is not aligned, right? And just like we talked about in the beginning, your network is your net worth, right? So if your network is full of people who aren't aligned or who are not into wellness, people who don't believe in natural healing, people who never engage, or people who don't want what you offer, it makes it very tough for you to actually position yourself on social media. So then when you have a situation like this where your network is really not in alignment, even if you put out the perfect content, it doesn't even convert, right? But let's just say your network was full of people who are already into frequencies, people who are already into alternative wellness, people that struggle with pain, energy, inflammation, etc. And people who already buy wellness devices and supplements, right? Now, these are the primary people that are interested in what we're doing here with Life, right? People who already believe in frequency healing. Have these type of people in your network, suddenly your content starts to hit home. You become more relatable, you become valuable, and you actually become the solution, right? And one thing that Brandon taught me is that it's not about making sales online, you guys. Most people think that when they're, behind a product and they go promote it on social media, that it's all about making a sale. It's really not even about making sales. It's about becoming a solution to people's problems, right? And the bigger the problem you solve, the more money that you make in this industry. And we're solving some huge problems. And that's why you see people in Life that are making six figures, even multiple six figures per month, because of the huge problems that we're solving inside of the industry right now. So this is how you build a business that grows with no pressure, right? And now we're going to be talking a little bit about how you can actually find the right people the smart way. And we're not going to be just adding random people into your network, right? We want to make sure that we're adding people who are totally aligned with what we're doing. So step number one is that you want to start with communities where your ideal audience already exists, right? And the example that we're going to be using tonight is a community which is called the Frequency Healing Community. And this group is filled with over 350,000 people, you guys, people who are already into what we're doing here with Life. This group is filled with your exact target audience, people who already believe in frequency healing, people who want non-invasive solutions, people already educated on energy wellness, right? So when you have these type of people in your network, you don't have to sell these people anything. When they see the type of content that you're putting out on social media, which already speaks to exactly what the problems are that they're trying to solve, these people are going to be reaching out to you and they're going to be wanting to get more information because these people are already open to new technology. And some of these people are going to be people that also struggle with chronic pain issues, right? And let me just give you the example of someone who has a chronic toothache, right? If somebody has a chronic toothache and they go to the dentist, they don't care how much it costs to solve that problem. They just want to get rid of that tooth, right? And it's the same thing in network marketing. When people have a problem that they want to solve, they don't even really care about the price. And this is one of the biggest secrets to how you can actually start, you know, selling without even selling on social media. And this is going to be your tribe. This is going to be the people that actually resonate with exactly what we're doing here with these frequency healing technologies. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a little bit of a live demonstration, and I'm going to show you how you can actually see the people that you're already connected to inside of this group. And once you find out the people that you're connected to, these people could already be considered warm leads, right? Because these people already love frequency healing and they share a common interest with you, and you're already in the same space, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over here to Facebook and I'm going to show you guys how you can actually navigate the Facebook group and how you can actually start to build your audience with laser targeted people that are already into exactly what you're doing here, right? So when you come into the Facebook group, you can see, I think I was wrong. I said 350,000 people. There's 454,000 people inside of this Facebook group, okay? And some of the people that you already know are going to be in this group, right? So if you come down here and you just go to friends, I can click on this, right? Well, what do you know? Michelle is in this group. You can see that Lou is in this group. Even Luigi is already inside of this group, right? And then there's going to be several other people that I'm already connected to that are inside of this Facebook group, right? So if these people are already in to frequency healing, these might be some great people to connect with, right? But the way that you could sell to these people without selling is that you could simply just go to one of their profiles and you could actually just start loving on their posts, right? You could just, love on some of their posts, or you could like drop a comment. And if you do stuff like that, that's really what's going to help them to see your content that you're putting out on social media, right? So I could just come here. I could use this person as an example. I could just come over here. I could like this post and I could just say something like, awesome, right? Boom. Now, when you love and engage on people's posts, this is how that Facebook algorithm determines if they're going to show people your posts, right? So this is one of the kind of the hacks that you can use on social media to actually start selling without selling. Because now, since I'm over here loving on Julie's post, when I put my post inside of the news feed, Julie will probably see my post and then she'll have an opportunity to see what I'm doing with Oli Life. So that's something that's really, really powerful. And that's one of the ways that you can actually, start to have some of these warm leads, people who are already in your network, people that you're already friends with, to start seeing some of your content on social media, and people who are already aligned with what we're doing here. I think this lady is on our team too, and I think that she's someone who just signed up recently, right? So what this is showing you is that there's a lot of people that are already totally aligned with what we're doing here in this group. And you can see how many of these people are already my friends, which is really, really cool, right? So that means I have a lot of people that I could start showing love, commenting, and loving on their posts, and then they'll start to see some of my stuff in the news feed, right? So now let's go over one more thing inside of this section right here. So let's just say you're somebody who doesn't have a lot of friends, right? Maybe you're someone who is brand new to social media and maybe you have a very small network, right? If you're someone like that, the best thing for you to do is start in this section right here, members with things in common, right? If you click on this, it will show you all of the members with things in common. Some of the members might be just that they have mutual friends in common. Some of them might be from California, like I'm from California, right? Different things that they have in common, but Facebook has already taken care of all of the heavy lifting for us, and they've already sifted and sorted and done all of that stuff for us. So let's just say I click on this lady's profile, right? and I want to see if this lady is a potential person that I can have in my network. The first thing that you want to do is make sure that they're a real person, first and foremost, right? You also want to make sure that this is someone who's active on social media, and then you want to see if maybe they can be a fit to be inside of your network, right? Somebody that you actually vibe with and different things like that. So you can see that this lady is pretty active. She had a post that was about 15 hours ago, and you can just kind of go down the timeline, see what type of things they post, and see if this will be somebody that you align with, right? And if it is, you can go love and comment on a couple of their posts, right? And then after you love and comment on a couple of their posts, then you can actually go and send that person a friends request, right? And then because you already loved on a couple of their posts, they're going to start to see your content in the news feed, and then they have a higher chance of accepting you as a friend and being a person that's inside of your network, right? So this is one of the ways that you can actually start to have laser targeted people that are already into frequency healing inside of your network, right? And this is one of the ways that I've been able to build my network over the years, depending on which opportunities I was in. I always start with building my network first, and this is a great place to start. And you can just go through this, look for people that you feel like you might resonate with, click on their profiles, and then go ahead and connect with them. I think this guy's in the business as well. I might as well just confirm his request, right? But let's just look at this person, for example. She only has 2 friends. Um, let's see if she's even a real person, right? She has 4,900 friends. She hasn't even posted since like September, right? The last post before that was like December 23rd of 2023. So this is an example of somebody that you would not want to add into your network, right? Because this person is not very active. They're not really posting that much. And you don't really need to have someone like that inside of your network, right? So these are some ways that you can actually start to, you know, build a network of quality people that are already going to engage with the type of content that you're putting out on social media when you're showing up, sharing your stories, sharing your testimonials, and just being your authentic self, right? So I just wanted to show you guys this because this is a great place to start. This group has, over 400,000 people here. So just with this one group alone, you could probably never run out of people to even speak to, right? That are already into what we're doing here. So instead of you just like randomly just hit an add, right? Because I can definitely do that too. You want to make sure that you're very selective of the people that you put into your network and making sure that they're actually quality people, right? Because the quality of your people determines the quality of your network, right? Like here's another example. This lady is not really active. Or maybe she is. That was a pin post. So she does have a post 1 hour ago, right? And then she has another one 2 hours ago, and then another one 8 hours ago, right? So for this type of person, I could come over here and I could just love on their post, right? I could love on this post. I could drop a comment here and just say like stay warm, I live in Panama, so it's warm over here. Stay warm, boom. And then from there, I'll go to another post, right? And then I'll just love on this post. And then I'll say, great photo. Oh, and now because I loved on this person's post and I did a couple of comments on there, now this person will see my stuff inside of the newsfeed, right? And another thing I can do is I can just send this person a friend request, right? And then, when she joins into my network, she'll also be seeing my content. So just wanted to kind of go over that really quick, just to kind of show you guys and give you some ideas because I primarily build my business on social media. I don't really build my business offline. So I like to show people some of the best practices on how you can actually build your business on social media so that you can actually move it forward quicker, right? So start with friends with things in common if you don't have a very big network and start to add people there. And then, once you go through that, there's also a lot of other members in the group as well and other sections that you can go through. So There's a lot of different sections that you can go through in this particular group, but this is a great place to start. If you're not already inside of the frequency healing community, then I would definitely recommend for you to get in there and participate inside of that group. So let me get back over here into the rest of this training, you guys. So just like I showed you guys in this training, the first action step that you want to take is that you want to just go love on their post and you want to drop a comment, right? Make an engagement on there, and you just want to be able to cheer these people on. And then when you start to make your post about your stories, your testimonials, or your lifestyle, Facebook will automatically push your content to them. And this is how you can actually sell without selling, right? So the next thing that we're going to talk about is pretty much what I've already covered, right? Is how you can actually build your network if you don't have a big audience yet, right? A great place to start is going to be the frequency healing community that we just went over, because these people are perfectly aligned, right? But if you're starting small and maybe you have a network of like 300 to 600 people on Facebook and you want to start to build a laser targeted audience, then you want to build your audience with the right people from day one. And this is how you're going to do that, right? So you want to build and add to your network people who are already wellness minded, people that are spiritual and holistic, right? You can go to different spiritual and holistic pages and different things like that. You can see, especially the ones that have a large amount of people, like the example that I just showed you, and then you can start to build your network that way. You can go to different groups where people suffer from chronic pain, right? Maybe you're someone that has a huge pain story. You can even go into one of those groups without trying to be a salesman, and you can just share your pain story and create a little curiosity about the device you're using, and people will start to reach out to you and ask for more information. You can also join alternative medicine communities, biohacking groups, right? Or frequency or energy healing circles. So these are the best places where you're going to connect with people that are already going to be totally aligned, where you don't have to sell anything to these people and they're already interested in buying your products. These are the people that already understand the value of the P90, the value of the G1 or the P90 Plus. These people know exactly what frequency technology is, and these are the people that actually love to buy this stuff, right? So now let's talk about how you can actually choose the right people. You always want to choose quality over quantity, right? So just like in the examples that I kind of showed you guys on the live demonstration, you always want to scan the profile first before you add anyone to your network, and just ask yourself, is this even a real person? Because there's a lot of fake profiles on Facebook, right? So the first thing is make sure that they're a real person. Do they have any recent posts? Is this person positive or negative? Are they already into wellness, health, spirituality, self-help, etc., right? And do you feel like you could actually vibe with that person, right? If the answer is yes, then send them a friend's request. If the answer is no, then skip that person and just move on to someone else, right? And this is how you can actually build a network that loves your content. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is growing fast and how you can actually build your business with ease and alignment, right? You want to add people intentionally and not desperately, right? Just like I kind of showed, I could have just went over there and I could have just went add, right? Without looking at any of those people's profile. That's an example of like adding people desperately, right? But you want people that share similar interests. You want people that appreciate healing. You want people who are looking for natural solutions and people who just want to feel better. People who would naturally love the P90, the P90 Plus, or any of these devices that we have here in Holy Life. So your goal is not to add 1,000 people just randomly, right? You just want to make sure that you take your time, put quality people in your network, people that you feel like you align with, and people that are actually active on social media as well. And then from there, you just want to make sure that you follow the golden rule. You don't need to convince the wrong people, right? You just need to get the right people in front of the right information. And when your network is aligned, you'll notice that you're going to get a lot more views on your content, a lot more people coming to your profile. You have a ton of more engagement, more DMs, more people reaching out for information, more people asking questions, more people curious, and it's going to drive more sales and it will also drive more momentum. Not because you said the perfect thing, but because you're speaking to the right set of ears, you guys. So, in closing, join the frequency healing community, you guys. Check for the friends first to see if you have any friends in common with those people. I kind of showed you one of the methods that I use to kind of, get those people in front of my information without ever reaching out to them, without spamming their inbox or anything, by just simply loving and commenting on a couple of their posts, and then they're going to start to see your content in a news feed. And then some of those people may even reach out to you wanting more information about what you're doing once you start posting your content. The next thing is that you want to engage with 5 to 10 people inside of that group, right? Add 10 to 20 people that you feel like you can align with, and always scan before adding. Show up daily with your stories and provide value. Do this consistently and watch your network transform into an audience that really wants to hear from you. So, this is how you radiate and rise with ease. This is how you build a business that grows effortlessly and how you can attract and not chase, you guys. So, with that, that was pretty much all I have for today. Just want to cover that aspect of how you can actually start to build your network.